News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. The assassination of Hamas leader Saleh al-Aruri in Beirut, Lebanon was part of Israel's surgical strike against the Hamas leadership. This was reiterated by Israeli spokesperson Mark Regev following the accusation of Hamas ally Hezbollah that this was an assault on Lebanese sovereignty. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati accused Israel of trying to drag the country into their confrontation. Local media reported that the deputy political leader of Hamas was killed by an Israeli drone attack on a Hamas office in the southern Beirut suburb of Dahiyeh, along with 2 Hamas military commanders and 4 other members. The 57-year-old Aruri was a key figure in Hamas's armed wing, the Qassam Brigades, a close ally of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. He had been staying in Lebanon, acting as a connection between Hamas and Hezbollah.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, a Chinese foreign exchange student has been found by Riverdale police in a tent in rural Utah, freezing and scared. In a statement, the police said that Kai Zhuang's parents were tricked to pay around $80,000 in a cyber kidnapping scam. The Riverdale police added that the 17-year-old was one of a number of foreign students targeted by so-called cyber kidnappers in the United States. Police believe that Kai was controlled by the kidnappers to isolate himself as early as the 20th of December when officers saw him in Provo carrying camping equipment. The police were contacted on the 28th of December by the school where Kai was attending after the school was contacted by parents in China. The foreign exchange student was eventually found near Brigham City, around 40 kilometers north of Riverdale, with limited food and water, a heat blanket and sleeping bag, and a number of mobile phones believed to be used to carry out the so-called kidnapping.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
News from the Philippine Foreign Service Post, the Philippine Embassy in Israel conducted its first flag-raising ceremony for 2024 with a message to rebuild and recover. Ambassador Pedro Juni Lailo Jr. led the ceremony along with his family, officers, and embassy staff, as well as some members of the Filipino community whom are also the first clients of the embassy for the year. In his message, Ambassador Lailo thanked the embassy personnel as well as the Filipino community for their efforts and cooperation which helped the embassy accomplish its goals, especially during the ongoing conflict between Israel and terrorist group Hamas. The ambassador also called for continued support for the embassy as it pushes forward this 2024 in promoting Philippine trade and tourism in Israel, as well as further improving services to Filipinos in the Holy Land. In closing, Ambassador Lailo said that the Filipino people will always be together and no one will be left behind.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
That concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
news and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.